All right, round two. Let's see if this works. I think I just discovered my problem, and that was that I was using a external display and a MacBook Pro cannot handle that. So that's unfortunate. How the heck are you? You might not even be able to see me. That sure wouldn't surprise me. If you can see me, let me know. If you can't, you can't let me know. So this is Reconsider Strangers, where I am just begging you guys. Oh my gosh, people can see me, people can hear me. That is amazing. Is it jittery or not? Because right now I'm using OBS Studio, and my computer seeing my computer is at maxed out at 100% on every single core. My memory is being maxed out pretty quickly here, so uh, we'll see. What do you call a can opener that doesn't work? A can't opener. Boom! That's got to be the answer. That's got to be the answer. Dude, Mr. Gallagher, I'm excited to chat with you tomorrow, man. What's funny is that as the more I thought about it, I'm like, I really don't know who you are. So it's buffering. Yeah, dude, this is not going to work. Uh, so I need to set the PC up in here to do the stream. My computer literally is like about to catch on fire. So that's cool. Poop. So, uh, can you guys hear me? I don't know. I really am like at a loss. I'm looking at right now. This is actually streaming to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope all at the same time. So, I mean, that's the idea. We'll see. I've been messing around with lights, trying to figure out how to get the best lighting situation. Um, how does that look? I don't know. Turn some lights up. That's washed out. So, Mr. Gallagher, did you get a microphone or you literally a pair of headphones work right now? If this audio sounds good, this is just literally an AirPod. That's all I'm using. So, and that is my audio source. I have a litany of things that are coming in to do podcasts because I discovered that I've had far too many issues with audio. I didn't realize that recording strangers would be so difficult, and it is. And here's my catch line right here. Ready? Get set, go. Boom! Make friends, not strangers. How's that? Yeah, you better. If you don't, cut you. Looks fine. Heck yeah. Cool. What'd you get? Sorry, man. I'm like shouldn't be testing this out while I'm trying to stream. But I can tell you that my hope, I'm literally just begging people to interview because I have the gear to be able to interview folks um, remotely. It's just a matter of trying to interview folks in person. Audio is just tricky. I didn't know that. If I knew that, maybe I wouldn't quit my job. Just kidding. Logitech gaming headset with mic. Cool. Yeah, it's great. That'll work great. I mean, having your headphones in and isolating the speakers and your microphone is like a huge ordeal. It changes the game big time. I mean, even just using like I was trying to use the inboard microphone on the Mac while I was trying to record, and because of all these graphics that are being dropped in, my fan is going crazy, and all I could hear was just a fan spinning up. It sounded like I was in a jet plane with a ceiling and walls and plants in the background. So that's cool. How are you? Have you tested it out? Have you tested out your headphones? And is anyone else out there watching? Because I'm curious. I don't know if I can see how many folks are out there that are actually currently viewing. One. Never mind. It is you, Mr. Ron. Like an indoor skydiving joint. What are you talking about? Sky skydiving joint, not skiving. That makes no sense. The lag between when I asked you a question and when you gave me an answer, I'm not sure what my question was now. Well, this is a plea to see if folks would be willing to be interviewed. Um, I can tell you it's been pretty easy to be able the fan. Oh, dude, having a headset on and a microphone, you're gonna be gold. It's using the inboard microphone on your computer changes everything, especially if you're using a laptop because they get loud. So don't worry about it. I mean, if you can hear my fan right now, then I'm in trouble. But I won't be using this tomorrow if I can go get all my gear. Yeah, I say my gear. It's my friend's stuff. Everything is his. And so I'm just borrowing it until my stuff comes in. Anywho, is anyone else out there? Nope, there is not anyone else out there. It is Mr. Ron. All right, so if this happens to actually stay online, and is the fan on your computer going like an indoor skydiving joint fan? Yes, it is. I didn't even realize this Mac had fans. I mean, I knew it had fans. I've repaired them, but I didn't realize they were so loud until you try encoding four different streams to four different services and uploading all at the same time. So that's a problem. But you won't have that issue, dude. We're just doing audio. Video is a whole different ball game. Fortunately, Reconsider Strangers is not a video podcast, or else I'd really be up a creek. That's cool. Ooh, back to chat. All right, man. Yeah, let me give you a call. Let me give you a call in advance. I'll send you a. I'll actually I need your email. If you could text me your email address tonight, that'd be awesome. I'll send you a link just so we can test out audio before we get started to get an idea of how it sounds and what needs to be manipulated. That'd be fantastic. Word, word up. All right, bro. Have a good night. All right. I guess that's it. Does anyone else want to be interviewed? Going once, going twice. I'll do this every day, dude. I'll do this every day until every single day is packed with people that I don't know that are willing to be interviewed. If you do want to be interviewed, by all means, head to adultcereal.com. That is ADULTCEREAL.com. If you can't read that, if you're just listening, by all means, go to adultcereal.com and sign up. All right, that is it for me. By all means, this is a matter of make friends, not strangers. I would love for you guys to do the same thing. If you have any stories of when you've gone out of your way to interview people or to just chat with people that you wouldn't have otherwise. This morning I went to Circle K just by my house. There's a guy who is just he is just the happiest man alive. And last week, thank you, Ron, for your email address. Appreciate it, bro. Um, there was a guy. He worked at Circle K next to my house, and I see him all the time. Always happy as can be. And last week, something was different, and he just was not the happiest person alive. And I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out what was going on. But I just walked up to him, and I didn't really think about what I was about to say, which is typical. And I walked up to him, and I was like, what's wrong? You don't seem like your happy self. And so I'm curious as to what's going on. He's like, oh, nothing. Something's not okay. I can tell you're not doing all right. Like, what's happening? And he's like, I'll be okay. Just really solemn look in his face. And he's like, I'll be okay. I'll be okay when Jesus returns. And right then I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna die. All I could think of is he had cancer or he had something. And I wanted to start this podcast based off of a lady whom I don't even know her name. I think he told me her name was Maggie, and she was this really tall English lady, like in her late 60s. And it was just as hilarious as could be. Every time I walked in there, she'd tell me stories about her kids in England and how she wanted to go back home for the holidays and how she was saving up money to do so. And then I didn't see her for a while, and then we moved to Phoenix. In moving to Phoenix, I really regretted not like asking her questions and getting to know who she happened to be. And so when I was in Phoenix, I started thinking this through of like, man, what if I started a podcast just asking strangers about their lives and getting to know who they happen to be? And so, granted, I mean, they work, half a block from my house, but that doesn't mean I don't know them. I mean, it doesn't mean I do know them because I sure as heck didn't. And and that's kind of how this whole idea got started. And so I asked him. So I was telling the I don't even know his name. I should know his name. I'm horrible with names. Uh, I was telling him the idea of this podcast and the fact that I had generated this idea off of really missing an opportunity to get to know who this lady was. And and as I was talking to him, he's like, "I'm just waiting for you to tell me when I'm going to be the star of your show." And I told him, I was like, well, the reason I'm telling you about all this is because I want you to be the star of the show. I would love to interview you. He's like, oh man, I got some stories. By all means, um, come over to my house. And usually on the weekends he had a weekend off, and so by all means, like interview him. And I'm like, yeah, he's I guess he's painting something this weekend, but pretty easy to meet him again because he's always there. And I'm going to interview him, and I cannot wait to get to know who he happens to be. And the fact he's invited me into his house is just a trip. I don't get that. I just went to a guy's house, a stranger's house, and he invited us in and had pizza and chatted it up. And he just gave me a lot of insight into the stories of his life. And this guy, he owned a silk screening outfit here in town. I say silk screening is more like a graphic art, um, stickers, promo, shirts, what have you, embroidery, just a big outfit. And he recently sold it, but his childhood was a mess. It was just a mess. But he embraced it. He embraced it and turned it into something that caused him to rebel against things that are a mess. And it was just incredible. I mean, the guy went to jail for, maybe I shouldn't tell you. You'll find out. So I'm editing that podcast currently, but a friend of mine, he got me set up with this guy, and he's like, he's got an incredible story, but I can tell you nothing about him, or else he wouldn't be a stranger anymore. And so, if you happen to know somebody who not is a stranger, if you happen to know somebody, maybe who they are a stranger, but if you happen to know their information and you would love to see them get interviewed, to tell their story, to share with the world who they are, what they do, what they happen to love, hate, appreciate. They have a weird stance on life, or just a really insightful mind, and something that we could all take away, a bit of wisdom as to how we can love each other better. I think it would be, I don't think, I would really appreciate it. I'd love it if you guys could, if one of you guys, some of you, one of you, any of you would be willing to be interviewed. Um, let's do it. I will drive anywhere, do anything. I want to get to know who you are. Also, you can go to Adult Serial. I have a way to interview you remotely, and you can share your story with the world. That's it. I'm out for the night. I have no idea if somebody's watching or not. Unfortunately, I can talk a lot, so forgive me. See you guys. And don't forget, make friends, not strangers.